I swear one day we'll leave this boring town, Rian said, tossing a pebble at the river. We'll build something bigger. Just you and me. I laughed and stretched my legs out on the grass. You've been saying that since we were 10. You never even finished your homework. How are you planning to build anything? He smirked, brushing his messy hair back. That's why I have you. You do the work. I take the credit. That's how we survive, right? Not funny, I muttered, but I smiled anyway. I always forgave his jokes, even the ones that cut a little too deep. Kavya ran over, barefoot, holding a wildflower. You two always talk about leaving, she said. What if I don't want you to go? You'll come with us, I promised, ruffling her hair. I'd never leave you behind. Rian tapped her nose. We'll make you the boss of our kingdom, deal? Her giggles filled the air, and for a moment it felt like nothing could break us. At school the next morning, Mira bounced over to my desk. You look tired. Were you up all night with Rian again? Not all night, I said. Just long enough for him to rant about how the town is too small for his greatness. Mira laughed. Classic Rian. He talks big, but he's loyal. He'd never leave you. I wanted to believe her. I always wanted to believe the best in him. Then Arjun walked by, dropping his books with a thud. Move your feet, he said sharply. Good morning to you too, I muttered. He raised an eyebrow. Don't get in my way during practice. I don't plan on losing to Rian again. Why do you always act like he's the only competition? I asked. Because he is, Arjun replied and walked off. Mira leaned closer. You notice that? Everyone always compares themselves to Rian. Not you, not me. Him. Doesn't bother me, I lied. Truth was, it did. But I told myself he deserved the spotlight. He worked hard, even if his methods weren't always clean. That evening, we sat on the rooftop of my house. Rian scrolled on his phone, the screen lighting his face. I nudged him. Who keeps messaging you? You've been glued to that thing. No one important, he said quickly, locking the screen. His smile appeared, too quick, too polished. You're hiding something, I teased. He smirked. I don't have to tell you everything, do I? My chest tightened, though I forced a laugh. Guess not. Kavya poked her head out of the window. Mom says come down for dinner. And stop whispering secrets up there. Secrets are all we have, Rian called back, grinning. Later that night, as we lay on the roof staring at the stars, I asked, Do you ever worry about the future? Future's simple, he said. We either win or get crushed. And I don't plan on losing. You talk like it's a battle. It is, he replied. Life's just one long fight. People like Arjun, they want to see us fall, but I won't let that happen. His words carried heat, like fire hidden under his calm tone. For the first time, I wondered if I really knew him. Mira's voice echoed in my head from earlier. He talks big, but he's loyal. I wanted that to be true. I needed it to be true. When I finally closed my eyes, I repeated the promise we'd made as kids. We'll never betray each other. Rian's voice, soft and unreadable, answered, Never. But his smile, sharp in the moonlight, didn't reach his eyes. Did you hear? Someone whispered behind me in the hallway. What? Another voice replied. Rian said he carried their project, that he had to fix everything because his friend was too lazy. I froze. My notebook slipped from my hands. Lazy? He was talking about me. When I walked into class, Rian stood at the front, explaining the design we'd worked on for weeks. My design, my late nights, my careful notes. See, the key was simplifying the structure, he said, waving his hands like some genius inventor. I figured it out after trial and error. My chest tightened. I raised my hand. That was my... Don't interrupt, the teacher said. Let him finish, Rian flashed me a smile. Not warm, not friendly. A sharp smile that told me everything. He knew exactly what he was doing. After class, I shoved my notebook into my bag and cornered him near the lockers. Why would you do that? That was my idea. He leaned against the wall, casual. Our idea. Don't act like you own it. Our idea? My voice cracked. You didn't even understand it until I explained it 3 times. Doesn't matter who thought of it first, he said. What matters is who people believe. I stared at him, words dying in my throat. He smirked like I was a child throwing a tantrum. Mira walked up, holding her books tight. Is everything okay? Ask him, I snapped. Ask him why he's lying, Rian turned to her smoothly. He's just stressed. You know how he gets before presentations. That's not true, I said quickly. You know me, Mira. You know I wouldn't lie about this. Her eyes darted between us. I don't know. Everyone said you didn't help much. Everyone? My stomach dropped. Because he told them that. Stop shouting, Rian hissed. You're embarrassing yourself. I wanted to punch him, to wipe that smirk off his face, but my hands only shook. Arjun strode by, smirking. So the genius finally got exposed, huh? Thought you were smarter than Rian? Guess not, I turned on him. You don't know what you're talking about. He laughed. Everyone knows. You're just the sidekick, always were. Their laughter rang in my ears long after he left. That night, I called Rian. He answered on the second ring. Why? I whispered. Tell me why you're doing this. He sighed like I was being unreasonable. You take things too seriously. It's just school. Who cares who gets the credit? I care, I said, because I trusted you. You trusted me too much, he muttered. You make it too easy. People like you don't win. People like me do, his words burned. So I'm just a stepping stone to you? After everything? You'll get over it. I hung up before I screamed. The next day, whispers followed me again. He begged Rian to let him join. He couldn't do anything on his own. He's jealous. I slammed my locker shut. Mira appeared at my side looking guilty. I didn't know he was going to say all that. You believe him, don't you? I asked. Her silence was louder than any answer. I shook my head. You were supposed to be my friend too. I am, she said weakly. But Rian? He's different. If I stand against him, everyone will turn on me. So you'd rather turn on me? Her lips trembled. She didn't answer. I walked away before I broke completely. At lunch, I sat alone. The laughter around me felt like knives. Rian walked past my table, surrounded by people, retelling the story. He just froze during the project, he said loudly. I had to take control. Couldn't let us fail. Someone asked, weren't you scared he'd drag you down? Scared? Please, he replied. I knew from the start he'd hold me back. The table erupted in laughter. I gripped my tray so hard my fingers hurt. I stood up, my voice shaking but loud. Tell them the truth, Rian. Tell them it was my design. The room went silent for a moment. Then he smirked again. Poor guy. Can't handle pressure. Wants credit he doesn't deserve. Whispers spread like fire. He's lying. No, Rian wouldn't lie. Maybe he's jealous. The teacher walked in, and the noise settled, but the damage was done. That evening, Kavya found me staring at my notes. Why are you sad? She asked softly. I forced a smile. Just tired. You don't look tired. You look broken. Her words cut deeper than anything Rian had said. When she left, I whispered to myself, maybe I am. But deep inside, something else stirred. Not just sadness, not just hurt. A fire I didn't recognize. I can't sleep, I whispered into the dark room, staring at the ceiling. My phone buzzed with new messages, but I didn't touch it. I already knew the kind of words waiting for me. Coward, fake, dead weight. I rolled over, burying my face into the pillow. Still, the whispers followed me even in silence. The next morning, Mira caught up to me at the gate. You didn't come online last night. Didn't feel like it. My voice cracked. She bit her lip. They were saying things. About you. About the project. I know, I said flatly. You should fight back, she urged. Tell them the truth, and what then? I asked. They'll laugh harder. They already chose him. Her silence said everything. She walked beside me, but I felt completely alone. In the hallway, laughter burst out from a corner. Rian's voice carried above the rest. Yeah, he begged me to let him join. I carried him the whole time. Someone asked, so he really didn't do anything? Nothing, Rian replied. If I didn't step in, we'd have failed. I clenched my fists and kept walking. My legs felt like stone, but I forced them forward. By the time I got home, I collapsed onto my bed. Kavya peeked through the door. Why are you so quiet lately? I turned my face to the wall. Just tired. She walked closer, frowning. No, you're sad. Is it because of Rian? My throat closed up. Maybe. She sat beside me. But you were best friends. Yeah. My chest burned. That's what makes it worse. She thought for a moment, then asked softly, why do people hurt the ones who trust them? I couldn't answer. My voice broke. I don't know. Kavya hugged me without another word. Her arms were small, but somehow they kept me from falling apart completely. That night, I lay awake again, memories spinning like knives, Rian's voice promising never, his smirk in class. The lies, the laughter. I whispered to myself, how did I not see it? How could I be so blind? The next day, Arjun caught me at the water fountain. You're really not going to defend yourself? I glared at him. Why should I? You'd just laugh anyway, he shrugged. At least laughing is better than staying silent. Silence makes you look guilty. I don't care what you think. Good, he said, because no one else does either. His footsteps echoed as he walked away. My stomach churned with rage. Later, Mira found me sitting alone on the back steps. I wanted to talk, she said. I stared at the ground. Go ahead. I'm sorry, she whispered. I should have said something when he stole your idea. I should have stood by you. Then why didn't you? Her eyes filled with tears. Because I was scared. Everyone listens to him. No one listens to me. They would have listened if it was both of us. She shook her head. I don't know. I leaned back, exhaustion heavy in my chest. You realize what this means, right? He's not just lying. He's killing everything I built. I know. And you let him. She flinched but didn't deny it. The silence between us stretched. Finally, she said, what are you going to do? I don't know yet. I clenched my fists. But I can't stay like this. I can't just keep breaking. She looked at me, startled by the edge in my voice. When I got home, Kavya was waiting in the kitchen. Did you eat? She asked. No. She handed me a plate. Then eat first. Then fight later. I stared at her, surprised. Fight? You look like you want to, she said simply. Your eyes are angry, not just sad anymore. I forced a laugh. I'm powerless. Not forever, she replied. Her words stuck in my head long after dinner. That night, I sat by the window, staring at the stars Rian and I once dreamed under. The pain was still there, heavy and sharp, but underneath it something else stirred. I whispered into the dark, should I burn him down, or should I walk away? No answer came, only silence. But for the first time, I felt the choice forming inside me. Maybe I wasn't powerless. Not forever. Did you hear what he said yesterday? Lena's sharp voice cut through the hallway chatter. What now? Someone asked. He told Arjun he worked alone on the project, she whispered loudly. But last week he bragged he carried both of them. Which is it? I stopped mid-step pretending to tie my shoe. My chest tightened, but for once, not from fear, something else. Her friend laughed. He can't even keep his lies straight. I walked away quietly, my lips pressed together. For the first time, it wasn't me they were laughing at. Later, Mira caught me outside the library. Can we talk? I crossed my arms. About what? She glanced around nervously. Not here, just follow me. We slipped into an empty classroom. She closed the door, her voice trembling. I need to tell you something. I leaned against the desk. Go ahead, she hesitated. Rian told me not to defend you. He said if I did, he'd turn everyone against me too. I stared at her. So you stayed quiet. Tears welled in her eyes. I was scared. He made it sound like I'd lose everything. You were scared, I repeated, bitterness in my mouth. And I was alone. I'm sorry, she whispered. I wanted to help, but Stop. I held up my hand. I don't need excuses. I just need the truth. Did you believe him? She shook her head quickly. No, I knew you were telling the truth. I just didn't know how to stand up. Her words cut, but they also planted something inside me. Not everyone had chosen him because they believed him. Some had chosen him because they feared him. I asked softly, why are you telling me now? Because he's slipping, she said. People are noticing, and I can't keep pretending anymore. I looked down at my hands. Do you realize what you've done? You helped him bury me. Her shoulders shook. I know, that's why I'm here. I want to fix it. I didn't answer. My silence stretched, heavy and cold. She finally whispered, say something. I don't trust words anymore, I said quietly. Her face crumpled, but I turned away. That night, Kavya found me sitting by the window. You're staring again, she said, thinking. About him? I nodded. What now? She asked. I wait, she frowned. You never wait. You always rush. Not this time, I said. This time, silence will be louder. The next day in class, Rian walked in late. His smile was wide, but his shirt was wrinkled and his bag half open. He dropped his books and a few papers slipped out. Lena snorted. Careless genius, huh? Rian shot her a glare. Mind your own business, just saying, she replied, smirking. A real genius wouldn't contradict himself every other day, the class chuckled. Rian's jaw tightened. I sat in the back, saying nothing. My silence tasted like victory. After school, Mira walked beside me, voice low. You didn't even speak, and still he looked nervous. That's the point, I said. She studied me. You've changed. Maybe I finally learned. Learned what? That waiting can hurt more than words. We stopped at the corner. She touched my arm. I'll stand with you when the time comes. I met her eyes. We'll see. That evening my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. He's lying again. I have proof. Meet me tomorrow, my pulse quickened. I typed back, who are you? No reply came. I stared at the screen, then whispered to myself, the mask is cracking. For the first time since the betrayal, I didn't feel broken. I felt ready. All right, tell me everything. Mira's whisper felt urgent in the empty corridor. I've got screenshots, I said, my hands cold. Conversations, timestamps, and a recording. Her eyes widened. You recorded him? Yes, she said. He bragged in the cafeteria. I recorded him. He admitted twisting the story. Good, I breathed. We need proof, not rumors, she frowned. Be careful. If we move too fast, he might cover it up. So we wait and test, I said. We don't accuse. We show strength, Mira asked. What do you mean by test? We start small, I said. I answer in class. I stop flinching when he jabs. You share tiny truths with steady people. We watch his reaction. That could make him angry, she warned. I know. Fear and a sharp hunger mixed in my chest. But I can't keep hiding. Next day, I sat at the front in physics. Rian smirked when he saw me. He answered the first question and leaned toward me. Thought you'd hide, he muttered. I'm not hiding, I said. He asked, what's changed? Nothing, I lied. I'm just tired of being quiet, Lena muttered. About time. He laughed too loud. Don't make me the villain. You don't get to pick roles, I retorted. Some students shifted. His voice cracked a little. I felt a small thrill. At lunch, Mira sowed doubt carefully. Did Rian really do all the calculations? She asked Arjun. Arjun frowned. No, we all worked on it. He exaggerated, Mira said. He glanced away. He does that, Mira mouthed. Keep going. During a presentation, I explained the layout calmly. The fault margin came from the initial setup, I said. A few leaned in. Rian watched, uneasy. You're making it about you, he muttered later. I helped half the group, I said. Check the notes, he lied. I did the heavy math. Nisha asked, do you have the calculations, Rian? He froze. I left them at home. Snickers rose. He flushed. Fine, I had some numbers. I felt dark joy and a prick of guilt. Was I becoming him? Mira and I met that night. If we leak the recording now, she said, it ruins him. Or it ruins us, I replied. They'll call us vindictive. Do we want justice or to be better? She demanded. Better, I answered, but my voice shook. We held back. The proof was our last move. For now, truth would reveal itself. I practiced calm. When Rian jabbed, I smiled. When he shoved me into the spotlight, I stood taller. He faltered more. Murmurs shifted to him. Behind the bleachers, he snarled, Stop playing games. You want to ruin me? Who said that? I asked. I want fairness. I want credit. You want to tear me down, he snapped. You're jealous. Jealous of lying? I laughed. Of acting? He shoved me. Prove you're not a coward. I stepped back. I'm not your soldier. Later you'll regret this, he threatened. Maybe I would. Maybe I wouldn't. An unknown number messaged me. Meet by the old bridge. I have proof. My pulse spiked. I told Mira, go, she said after a beat. But be careful. At the bridge, a kid named Nikhil waited, eyes flicking. I heard him, he whispered. He said he fixed things alone. He took credit. Why tell me? I asked. Because she couldn't fight alone, he said. And you might, He handed me a scrap with times and places. It wasn't much, but it linked to what Mira recorded. Back at school, I cornered Arjun. Did Rian ever boast he alone did the work? Arjun rubbed his chin. Yeah, he likes the spotlight. I thought it was bragging, not stealing. Will you say something? I pressed. I'll back you if there's proof, he said slowly. When the teacher asked for project drafts, I handed mine. Rian looked flustered. I sent mine, he lied. The teacher frowned. Bring it tomorrow, murmurs swirled. Rian's confident mask slipped a little. Mira squeezed my hand. This is working, she said. Be ready, I warned. If he lashes out, don't fall for it. I won't, she promised. That night I lay awake, the recordings and notes safe in my bag. The anger had cooled into focus. I still wanted him to pay, but more than that, I wanted my name back. Kavya looked at me the next morning. You look smaller and stronger, she said. I smiled, unsure, and said, I'm learning to be both. Not yet whole, but getting there. I will wait and act soon. Everyone quiet. Arjun's voice cut through the courtyard like a blade. What's going on? Someone asked. Arjun walked straight to Rian, who was laughing with his usual circle. You have 5 minutes, he said, low and steady. Rian's smile faltered. For what? For the truth, Arjun replied. About the project, Rian scoffed. You, making demands? Someone tired of lies, Arjun said. Lena called. Tell us which part you did, genius. Rian's eyes darted. He opened his mouth, closed it. The crowd shifted. My heart thudded. Is this about him? Rian asked, nodding toward me. Yes, Arjun said. He says you carried the team. He says he did nothing. You always make a scene. Grow up, Rian snapped. Grow up, I echoed. You stole my work, Rian. You lied. A murmur ran through the group. Someone laughed nervously. Nisha shouted, Who has the drafts? I watched Rian's face. For a moment, I saw fear. He glanced toward his bag. Arjun stepped closer. Did you or did you not claim his work as your own? I said I organized it, Rian lied. I led the calculations. You said you did it alone, Arjun insisted. Rian's hand curled into a fist. You think I want this? You think I enjoy being the center? Then why make him look small? Arjun asked. Because he's weak, Rian snapped. Mira whispered behind me. If we push now, he'll fall. Is that what you want? I asked. Don't you want him to face what he did? She replied. I do, I said. But watching him break feels different than I thought. What do you mean? She asked, confused. It's Rian, I said. He's the boy I trusted. He used our promises like weapons. I want justice, but I also remember games, midnight secrets, the time he cried when his dad left. Mira's hand squeezed mine. He chose this. Maybe karma will handle it. Or maybe I should expose everything. My voice dropped. I don't know if I want to destroy him, Lena shouted. He lied to my face last week. I saw him copy notes, Samir added. He copied from you. I saw you explaining it. Arjun nodded. We've got witnesses. Ask the teacher to check the drafts. Rian pushed back, voice trembling. This is a setup. You're trying to humiliate me. Is it humiliation to seek truth? I asked. He spat. You were naive. The teacher approached. What is happening here? Arjun spoke. We need to review the project drafts, ma'am. I'll speak to both of you after class, she said. Rian muttered. You'll regret this. I watched him go, shoulders tight. Part of me wanted to shout, to tell every lie he'd told, to make him feel the same hollow I had felt. Another part of me pressed its hand against that urge and kept it there. Later, when the teacher called us in, she asked for drafts one by one. Rian fumbled, then produced a neat pile. I handed mine over, hands steady. The teacher compared them, brow furrowing. They look different, she said slowly. I'll investigate. Outside, people murmured. Some looked at me with new eyes, like maybe I'd been right all along. Mira exhaled. We did it, she said. Did we? I asked. Justice felt complicated, sharp and sweet with a bitter aftertaste. After class, he found me by the lockers. You enjoy this, don't you? Rian hissed. Enjoy what? I asked. Watching me fall, he said. I'm not watching you fall. I want the truth out, I said. The truth. He laughed. You hide things too. You hide behind silence. You stole my work, I said. Maybe you let me, he said, stepping closer. Maybe you liked being safe in my shadow. That's not true, I snapped. He smiled, small and bitter. Then we'll see who stands when this is over. Mira met me at the canteen. He said you'd regret this, she whispered. Does he sound scared? I asked. A little, she admitted. Arjun joined us. You were steady today, he said. That's stronger than shouting. It felt hollow, I confessed. Keep steady, he advised. Truth doesn't need your anger to work, Lena added. He can't keep stories straight. People noticed, Samir nodded. If the teacher asks, I'll tell the truth. The teacher did call us in. These drafts differ, she said. I'll investigate, Rian muttered. This is unfair. Unfair to the truth? I asked. She signed the papers. I'll speak to the principal. Outside, whispers followed. Some patted my shoulder awkwardly. Others turned away. Mira squeezed my hand. Do it for yourself, she said. I will, I replied. At home, Kavya said, don't let this make you hard. I won't, I said, but I wasn't sure. The next day, Rian posted a smug photo with the caption, Hard work pays. I felt anger. Mira looked at my phone. Ignore it, she said. I can't, I admitted. Then don't reply. Let it show for what it is, she urged. I want to confront him, I said. Say exactly what he did. And be what he is, she countered. I fear if I stay quiet forever, I'll never stop burning inside. She touched my arm. Then act when you can live with truth, when it's right. Swallowing the ache, I said, Okay, I'll wait. I won't forget this. Some of the crowd's whispers turned into questions. Some people began to doubt the boy we all once cheered. My heart pounded at the sight of his hands trembling when he thought no one watched. Part of me enjoyed the fall. Part of me mourned the loss of a brother I had made. The choice waited, heavy and patient. Pull the last thread and watch him unravel, or step back and let whatever justice comes take its course. I didn't know yet which version of me I wanted to be. I only knew I would decide on my own terms. Where do you think you're going? Rian's voice was low and dangerous. I was going to class, I said, keeping my voice even. Is this about the drafts? He slammed his hand on the locker. You humiliated me. You set me up. I set you up? I laughed, but it came out thin. You told people I was useless. You lied about the work. That's your version, he spat. Everyone believes me now. You ruined my life. Ruined your life, I repeated. You ruined our friendship. You ruined my trust. He stepped closer, close enough that I could smell the cheap cologne. You don't understand what this did to me. Do you know what people said? They called me pathetic. They said I begged you for help. They lied, I said. I told the truth. You stole credit and stories. Truth? He barked a laugh. You hiding behind your little notes thinking you are noble. At least I don't pretend to be someone I'm not, I shot back. You think you're better than me? His face twisted. You think I wanted this? Then why did you do it? I asked. Why betray me after everything? He paused, and for a moment the mask slipped. I saw tired lines at the corner of his eyes, a ghost of the boy who said we'd leave the town together. Do you know what it's like? He said quietly. To feel invisible? To always be second? I finally had a chance to be the one people cheered. You took that away. You had a choice, I said. You chose to lie. He made me, he whispered, voice breaking. The crowd, the praise, they made me this. That's not an excuse, I said, though something inside me softened. You think I'm a villain, he said. Everyone does. Maybe I am. No, I said louder than I meant to. You're not a villain. You're just selfish. He laughed that sharp laugh again. So judge me, break me. Enjoy it. I'm not here to enjoy anything, I said. I wanted fairness. I wanted my work back. You wanted revenge, he accused, all along. Do you hear yourself? I asked. You called me weak, and now you call me vengeful when I ask for what's mine. You always wanted to be the hero, he snarled. You wanted to be the victim everyone remembers. I wanted honesty, I said. I wanted you to be my friend. He lunged and grabbed my collar. You will pay for this, he hissed. My hands trembled, but my voice did not. I'm not going to fight you. He pushed me hard. Then you will watch me fall and feel nothing? Is that it? I will not be your mirror, I said. I won't become what you are. He shoved me again. You think you're better than me? You'll regret that. Regret what? I asked. Losing you? Losing who I thought you were? He let go and ran. "You'll see," he yelled over his shoulder. "Your silence won't save you." I stood there, chest heaving. My heart was a drum in my ears. Part of me wanted to chase after him, to force the truth into his hands. Another part felt free. Mira found me later, her face pale. "Are you okay?" she asked. "He grabbed me," I said. She touched my shoulder. "Why didn't you hit back?" "Because I won't be him," I said. "Because I won't ruin someone like he did," she frowned. "But he hurt you." "I know." I closed my eyes. "It still hurts." "Then what will you do?" she asked. "I don't want to destroy him," I admitted. "I want to be better than him. I want the truth to come out without me tearing him down." Mira's hands were tight. "Are you sure? You could expose everything." "Make him pay." "I could," I said. "But if I tear him apart, I'll be stained by it." He used cruel ways. I refused to match him. "Is that nobility or cowardice?" she demanded. "Maybe both," I said. "But I need to sleep at night." She looked at me like she wanted to argue, then softened. "Then we'll let the evidence speak." I nodded. "Let it." That night I lay awake and remembered small things. The time we shared tinned mangoes on the roof. The time he learned to fix a bike chain because I couldn't. Those memories hurt and healed at once. I whispered to the dark, "You broke my trust." "You didn't break me." Arjun caught me leaving the courtyard. "You look like you ran a war," he said. "I just had one," I replied. He frowned. "He cornered you?" "Yeah," I shrugged. "He said I ruined him?" "Typical," Arjun said. "You stood firm?" "I did," I met his eyes. "But I didn't hit him." "Good," he said. "Don't give him the satisfaction." "Let truth work," Lena joined, voice low. "He was pale after you walked away. He looked small." "Small?" I repeated. "Or hollow." Kavya texted, "Are you okay?" I typed back, "I will be." Then I told them I chose not to destroy him. I chose myself. They nodded, uncertain, supportive. I held their looks as armor and walked home alone, feeling lighter and afraid. "Did you hear?" Lena's voice carried across the hall. "The recording's out," I froze. "What recording?" Mira leaned close. "It wasn't me. Someone else spread it. Maybe Nikhil. Maybe Samir," I whispered. "So it begins." By lunch, the whispers grew sharp. He lied about the project. He took credit for things he never did. He mocked his own best friend. Every word chipped at the throne Rian had built. Arjun cornered me at the canteen. "Did you release it?" I shook my head. "No, I said I wouldn't, but truth doesn't wait forever." He studied me, then nodded slowly. "Sometimes silence is louder than shouting." From across the room, Rian's laughter rang false. Students avoided his table. He slammed his tray down. "You're all cowards," he shouted. "You think this makes me weak? You think I needed him?" Lena snorted. "That's what the recording said," his face drained. He spun on her. "You think you're clever?" "I think you're finished," she replied coolly. My chest tightened. I had dreamed of this, but seeing him shake, red-eyed and desperate, was not victory. It was tragedy. Mira touched my arm. "This is what you wanted, is it?" I asked softly. "Because all I feel is empty." The teachers called him after class. I passed by the office and heard raised voices. "Plagiarism is unacceptable. False credit is serious. We will review everything." His muffled protests spilled into the hall. My heart pounded. I almost stepped in, almost spoke for him, but I didn't. Kavya ran to me that evening, wrapping her arms around my waist. "I heard what happened," she said. "You didn't destroy him. You let the truth do it. I'm proud of you." I held her tight, tears stinging my eyes. "I wanted to be cruel," I admitted. "I wanted him to feel what I felt. But you didn't," she said firmly. "That's why you're different." Mira came later, eyes heavy. "I should have spoken up sooner," she whispered. "I stayed silent when you needed me. I was afraid. I looked at her long and hard. You let me bleed alone." "I know," she said. "I can't take it back. But I'll stand with you now if you'll let me." Silence stretched. Finally, I said, "I forgive you. Not because you deserve it, but because I don't want bitterness to own me." Her eyes filled. "Thank you." Next day, Arjun clapped my shoulder. "You didn't drag him down. You let him fall on his own. That takes strength." "I don't feel strong," I admitted. "You are," he said simply. By afternoon, Rian was alone. His group avoided him. Teachers kept him after class. Whispers followed his steps. I caught sight of him at the gates, head bowed, hands shoved deep in his pockets. When our eyes met, his mask shattered. He stepped closer, voice cracking. "Please tell me you didn't want this. Tell me you didn't enjoy it," I swallowed. "I didn't spread the recording." "I know," he whispered. "But it doesn't matter. They'll never see me the same again. I've lost everything." "You still had a choice," I said. "Every step of the way you chose lies." He looked at me, raw and broken. "Then forgive me. Just once. Please." His eyes begged, like the boy I once knew, the one who swore we'd chase stars together. For a heartbeat, my chest ached to reach out, but then I remembered the nights I couldn't breathe, the laughter behind my back, the betrayal carved into my skin. I shook my head slowly. "No," he flinched. "So this is it?" "This is it," I said. His lips trembled. "You were my brother." "And you broke me," I whispered. Silence wrapped us. Then he turned, stumbling down the street, smaller with each step. I stood there, watching the ruin of the boy I had trusted, my chest both heavy and light. No triumph, no cheers, just the quiet end of something that once meant everything, and I turned away. The nights were still long, but no longer endless. I lay awake sometimes, staring at the ceiling, the memories replaying like broken film, yet the weight on my chest felt lighter than it once had. Kavya sat by my desk one evening. "You're quieter," she said. "But not sad in the same way." "I'm trying," I told her. "It takes time," she hugged me. "You don't have to rush. At school, I buried myself in work." Arjun noticed. "You've been answering every question lately," he said with a smirk. "Better than sitting silent," I replied. He chuckled. "Silence has its place, but so does showing what you're worth." Mira joined us. "You're stronger now. I see it in how you carry yourself." "Or maybe I'm just tired of being weak," I said. She shook her head. "No, you're not weak. You just forgot who you were for a while." Walking home, I thought about that. Had I forgotten, or had Rian buried me under his lies? Either way, I was clawing my way back. Kavya asked me once, "Do you still hate him?" I paused. I don't know if hate is the word. Then what is it? Sadness, I admitted. For what we lost. For who I thought he was. "Will you forgive him someday?" she asked. "Maybe," I said. "But not now. Not yet." Mira cornered me later. "You don't have to forgive him if it hurts you." "I know," I said. "But I also don't want to let anger own me." "That's what makes you different," she said softly. I kept to my routine. Study sessions, late-night talks with Mira, debates with Arjun. Slowly, the whispers about me faded. People stopped pointing, stopped laughing. They just let me be. It was peace, fragile but real. One afternoon, Arjun asked, "Do you regret not exposing him yourself?" I thought long before answering. No, because if I had, I might have become like him, hungry for victory at any cost. The truth came out on its own, he nodded. "That's harder, but it's cleaner," Mira agreed. "Justice doesn't always mean blood. Sometimes it means patience." I smiled faintly. Maybe patience was my weapon all along. Kavya overheard us. "So, you won without fighting?" "Not won," I corrected. "Survived." Her eyes softened. "That's stronger than winning." Night still carried echoes. I'd remember his smirk, his laughter, the betrayal. But then I'd remember Mira's apology, Arjun's respect, Kavya's pride. Those memories balanced the scales. I sat by my window one evening, speaking aloud to the dark. "You broke my trust, Rian, but you didn't break me." The words tasted sharp and sweet. Mira called me the next morning. "Why do you sound different?" "Because I finally believe it," I told her. She laughed softly. "Good, you deserve peace," Arjun added later, "and strength." "Don't forget strength," I replied. "I won't." Days became steadier. I wasn't healed completely, but I was no longer bleeding. The scars would remain, reminders etched deep. Yet scars weren't chains. They were proof I had survived. Walking home with Mira and Arjun, I said, "Not everyone deserves trust. But I won't lock my heart away." Mira squeezed my hand. "That's the right choice," Arjun smiled. "Just choose carefully next time." "I will," I said. "But I won't stop choosing. I won't stop believing some people are worth it." At home, Kavya curled beside me. "You're lighter now," she whispered. Because I let go, I said. Because I chose growth, not revenge, she beamed. That's my brother. I closed my eyes, breathing deep. The storm had passed. Justice had come not through cruelty, but through truth and patience. I wasn't broken. I was remade, and as the night settled soft around me, I repeated the words that had become my anchor. He broke my trust, but he couldn't break me.